Hey everybody. Well, it is spring 2024. It's one of our first mid 60-degree days in March. That's 60 degrees Fahrenheit, obviously. 60 degrees Celsius would probably kill you. Trying to get the Speedy ready for the season. A couple of minor things. I do have the stator leak happening again. This is going to be the third time going into the shop for that, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. This is a minor cosmetic issue that's been bothering me. So down here, we have a cover on either side of the engine. We have a clutch cover on one side, and then we have an ACG cover, I think it's called, on the other side. But mine has this sort of bronze or gold ring or covering that's on the actual cover, and it's starting to wear off. And I'm not even sure how that happens. My foot is not rubbing that. Um, I guess my pant leg is rubbing that when I'm shifting or when the wind is blowing, but my foot is not rubbing that. That's actually coming off, and there's a sort of like chrome finish underneath. But I don't want to replace it with the same thing if it's just going to happen again. So I started looking around, and there's different companies that make different replacement covers. Some of them, like the ones from Motone, if you've heard of those guys, they're really cool, like engraved, very, very neat covers. Motone makes a few, which is actually what I ended up choosing. And, there's different styles and different colors and different metals and things like that. I went with these brass covers because there is brass on the bike here and there. I don't want to go overkill with it. I like those little touches here and there. But this cover I thought was kind of cool, and I think they meant this probably for the Bobber Black that has the black engine casings. So you've got this brass with black painted in on the Union Jack flag there. So I got one for the clutch, and I got another one for the other side, the ACG. I think it's ACG. So we're going to go ahead and replace those today. I got to say right off the bat, the Motone piece is, I mean, it's heavy, right? It's got some heft to it, which I really like. Just feels like quality. I feel like this will weather nicely over time. I don't expect it to stay perfect looking. I expect this black paint on here to fade, and I expect the brass to, oxidize. There does seem to be maybe a little bit of a clear coat on it that might slow that process down, but I'm sure it'll happen over time anyway. Just being, the fact that it's on a motorcycle. So from what I understand, these should be pretty simple to swap out. So let's see what that takes. So here's another look at the new cover that's going to go on here. The kit does come with new hardware, and it comes with a little Allen key, just in case you don't own an Allen key. So, that's kind of nice that they give you everything you need. But like I said, from what I understand, this should be a pretty straightforward process. I don't know if there's any O-rings or gaskets or anything on there. But if we come in here, that's not even very tight. Oh, okay, maybe it is a little bit tight. So it might have some thread locker blue on there. So I think I might do the same thing. Oop. Drop my little mini Allen key. So once again, I think it's nice that they actually included the tool. I mean, it doesn't cost them anything to do so. It's probably a couple of cents in their budget. Yeah, once again, I can feel that thread locker. So we're just going to power through there with this guy.
So right about now, my audio started to crap out on me, so I figured I'd just voice over and speed up this portion, watching me unscrew these cap screws here. I was surprised though when I got this cover off. It's not really a cover; it's just a badge. It's not covering anything. There's no hole there. It's all part of a solid casting that already says Triumph on it. So I'm not quite sure what the point of that is, except for ornamentation. But here's a close up of how that finish is coming off of it. I don't know if it's because my pant leg is rubbing on it, or is it some sort of cleaning chemical that I used that broke that down. But in any case, we're going to get rid of it. It does come with new screws. The new screws are longer, probably because the material is thicker and heavier. I was a little bit worried about those bottoming out in the holes potentially, but that turns out to not be the case. They fit just fine. I did use a little bit of thread locker blue. I don't want these to vibrate loose when I'm riding down the road, and then for that cover to fall off, that would suck. It was like 65 bucks. So we'll go ahead and get this guy in here. I'm going to speed up the video again. You know, no need to watch me in real time threading in these screws. But I just, again, used the supplied Allen key to get those in there. I didn't go too tight. It is an aluminum casing after all, and I don't want to snap these bolts off or strip anything. So, you know, maybe 3/4 to 1 ugga dugga to get those down. I'm sure there's torque specs. I don't know what they are. But we'll get those guys snugged in there, good and tight. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the contrast there. Like I said, I think this was meant for the Bobber Black. And you can get them in silver and polished, which I'm sure a lot of people would prefer that. But I really like that contrast. I like the brass, but not too much brass. You know, the black kind of breaks it up a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and get the other side installed as well. Same idea, you know, same types of screws. Again, the cover for this side comes with an Allen key, comes with the hardware. And once again, when I get this cover off, or this badge really off, it's not covering anything. Again, no access port. There's a hole there that, I don't know if there's like a bolt down in that hole. I don't know what it's for. Someday I'm sure I'll figure that out if I ever get the stator cover off. But there's the new badge for this side. I like this one better. They didn't paint to the edge. It's got like a polished edge on it that you can really see when you're standing above the bike. I wish they had done that polished edge on both of them, because I think it would have popped a little bit nicer on the left side of the bike. But, you know, maybe I'll take it off one day and I'll just run that on a buffer or something to get the paint off the edge. But, you know, we'll get these cap screws put in here. Again, didn't go crazy torquing these things down. I don't think you have to. A little bit of thread locker to keep them from falling off, and that's pretty much all you need. But this was a super easy mod, easier than I thought it would be. You know, I really thought there was going to be some sort of hole or gasket or access to something, but, you know, I learned something new today. But this is a great way to just add a little bit of personal flair to your bike. And I think it's totally worth it. There's a ton of different styles out there, again, that you can try, and you can swap them out pretty easily. So, yeah, you know, let me know what you think of these. What, you know, maybe you don't like the color, maybe you try something else. But this was kind of a quick one today. In any case, thanks for watching. Appreciate it.